Today, I'm going to share with you something from one of my mentors. Let's cue the theme song and we'll get right to it.
I've spent the last 20 years studying, teaching, and coaching people to find their greatness and take their lives to the next level. Along the way, it's become evident that emotions are at the root of everybody's successes and failures. Worry and fear are the enemies, and it's time to forge the armor and earn the tools to overcome the two things that could single-handedly destroy your future. Hi, my name is Michael Johnson, and I'm a life coach, a peak performance trainer, and I'm the emotions guy. It's time to take back control of how you feel, control of how you act, and control of how you experience life. It's time to become a lifer, a new breed of overachiever focused on living every minute to its fullest. We are responsible for how we feel, and no one and no thing can make us feel anything. Emotional mastery is our journey, and emotional education and intelligence is the key. We are lifers, and this is Magic for Life.
What's up, lifers? Michael Johnson here with the Magic for Life podcast, and I'm excited that you joined me today because I'm going to share with you something from one of my mentors that I really love and made a big impact on me. And I just, man, it came over me and I thought, gosh, I've got to share this with you. And I put this on a card. I have a card right here in front of me, and I have this on a card literally right in front of my desk. And I have it right in front of my keyboard. So anytime I'm typing, I can see it. And it reminds me, and I learned this from them. And honestly, they're amazing. And I thought I'd share it with you because this is an amazing statement and it's simple. I want you to write it down. If you're driving, don't stop right now, but write it down somewhere. Put it on a card. Get yourself a note card. Get you some sticky notes to put on your car, on your mirror, while you're brushing your teeth, at work, on your desk, on your computers, wherever you're going to put it. Put it on your home screen, on your phone, something you look at all the time. Are you ready? It's simple. I am where I am. And I have two choices. I can make it a little better, or I can make it a little worse. Those are the choices. Now, yes, you can make it a lot better, but sometimes, and and I know, that when you're in a bad space, when you're in a bad place, it's really difficult to jump from being in a bad place to amazing. It's kind of hard to make that jump. It's a huge chasm. It's a huge canyon between you and that jump. And so this helps. This helps a ton. If you can have this in a few places where you can remember it, where it can remind you, put it on your desk, put it on your board, put it on your whiteboard, put it wherever it is that you need to be reminded. I am where I am. I have two choices. I can make it a little bit better right now, or I can make it a little bit worse. And that's a choice. That is a choice that you have. And I know this may be rough. This may be a little bit like, oh, what are you talking about? I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. Somebody commented on some of our social media posts the other day. Somebody commented and said, well, I don't have a choice. That's a nice saying, but I really don't have a choice. Some things are just out of my control. And honestly, I don't believe it. Everything, you have the ability to decide what everything means. You can't control other things outside of you. You can't make those things happen, but you can determine how you are going to react. You can determine how you're going to interpret. You can determine how you're going to feel. And in any moment where things are going poorly, you can determine whether you're going to make it feel a little bit better or make it feel a little bit worse. And if you just choose to make it feel a little bit better, it doesn't have to be hugely better. If you make it feel a little bit better, you'll get a little bit of momentum. And then if you say, well, I can make it feel a little bit better than that, then you might get a little bit more momentum, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. And pretty soon you can turn it around. You can gain some momentum. At the very least, you can make it till you go to sleep at night with a little bit of positive momentum instead of negative momentum. But For goodness sakes, you can choose, and you don't have to choose to make it a little bit worse. And that's it. And sometimes it's just about, hey, you know what? Things are falling apart right now. And I get it, right? Whether it's business, whether it's family, whether it's relationships, it doesn't matter, right? If you're looking at it, you have a choice. And in that moment, if your world around you is falling apart and it seems like everything isn't going the way you wanted it to go, you can stop right there in that moment and you can go, I can choose to make this a little better, or I can choose to make this a little worse. And you've seen it. You've seen it at the grocery store when the store messed up or something happened that went wrong and they know they messed up. You've been there. We've been in a customer service situation and you've watched it go down. You've watched it happen. This customer goes ballistic on the poor clerk or the poor person at the store. They can't do anything about it. But the person goes ballistic and they choose to make it worse. They choose to get all worked up about something that doesn't need to be worked up about. And you're watching and you're just like, just let it be. Just let it be. It's not worth it. There's nothing that poor minimum wage worker can do for you, but you're sure making a big deal out of this because that person that was making a big deal out of it continued to choose to make it a little worse. And you can choose, you literally can choose. And again, I'm not suggesting that you can jump the Grand Canyon in one shot, but I am suggesting that you have the ability, and with practice, it gets easier to start to look at things from a little bit more of a positive perspective, even when they're falling apart around you. And if you think about it, just take a quick step back. All the best leaders, all the most successful people in the world, they all do that. They didn't get there by being on the negative side. They didn't get there by deciding, hey, I'm going to make this a little worse. In fact, they did quite the opposite. They found a way to keep going, well, I'm just going to make it a little bit better. Let's just make it a little bit better. Let's just take another step and make it a little bit better. Let's just make this a little bit better. But you have a choice, and this is what I am begging you to consider. You have a choice. You can choose to make it just a little bit better. And if you can make it more than a little bit better, then do that, and then compound that, and then add to that. Keep making it just a little bit better. Make it a little bit better, just a little bit better, and maybe a little better from there. How about a little bit more? How about a little better than that? Right? And it'll get contagious, you know? And if you're having a rough time or you just something heavy and you're having a hard time shaking it off or getting into that good feeling state, just one little tiny thing better, and then just make it to sleep. And then when you wake up, really like try to get into okay, how can I make this better? Okay, I can choose to make it feel just a little bit better because I am where I am. That's it. I am where I am, and I can make this a little bit better, just a little bit better. And then let's compound that as we move forward. So write it down, put it in your car, put the sticky notes, put it on your computer, put it on your screensaver, put it on your phone, write it down. I am where I am, and I can make this a little better, or I can make this a little worse. Good luck. I know you can do it. If you know somebody that needs to hear this message, please share it with them. And as usual, go check us out on magicforlife.com. We've got some cool resources for you, some free things to give away. And yes, we're giving it away. And yes, there's a catch. I want your email address because I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to give you the things that we're doing and creating for you. So let us help you. Let us give you resources that we're putting together because we've already been down the path. And we'd love to share those things with you. I hope you're doing great. Don't forget, every minute. We'll see you in the next podcast.
Happiness is a choice. Sadness is a choice. All emotions are a choice. Sometimes doing our emotions doesn't seem like it's our choice, but it is. You have control. You are the captain of your ship, and you must learn how to be the best captain you can be. Let me show you how. Pick up your free copy of my new book, Every Minute, at everyminutebook.com.